what's up? Welcome back to Low Places, a backyard bar. In this episode, I take a table and put a nice custom tabletop on it. So check it out. A lot of epoxy work. I'll show you exactly what I use. All right, so I've got 3 coats of stain on there, still wet, and let this dry, and then putting on the custom tabletop. It's gonna look good. Stay tuned. All right, so the stain has fully cured and dried. I'm now going to mix up a small amount of epoxy, put that down on the top here first, and that'll be utilized as an adhesive for the new tabletop. All right, I'm using the glaze coat. Found this at Home Depot. Use this for the bar top as well. It's just equal parts, 1-to-1. Start with 4 ounces. Yeah. And 4 ounces. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but the hawks are making a lot of noise. And then we start. All right, I apologize. I forgot to put the camera on when I was pouring down that first layer, but basically just a real thin coat on the original top of the bar of the table, and then I place the new top. Check that out. It's gonna look nice. But this is, I'm just gonna let that cure, let that sit for a while. It's just basically gonna act as a glue base, keep this thing stuck, and then I will mix up quite a bit more epoxy. I'm gonna mix in a color, the black, so that way it's nice and solid on the edges, and then let that cure, and then I'll put another clear coat on top of that. So a couple different layers. It's gonna take quite a bit of time to do those layers, but I think in the end it's gonna look pretty nice, because that's what I'm going for. All right, leave that as it is for right now. It's gonna look cool. Looks pretty good if I do say so for myself. That was a mouthful. Now I'm going to make up some more resin, and I'm going to fill all this in. It's all hard, and I got some dye powder, charcoal black. Got this on Amazon. Amazon's amazing, has everything. And yeah, see how this works out. Just got off work, so I didn't put my dress clothes on. All right, these little cup measuring cups at Home Depot, really nice because it has all kinds of measurements on there. I'm guessing on how much to put, but I'm gonna say probably double. Total 16 ounces should be enough. So I'm gonna go 8. Let's see, wait, where's my camera? 8 ounce of the sealer with epoxy, and then another 8 ounces of the hardener. All right, so I got the black powder in there. And stir, stir, stir for quite some time. All right, I'm gonna make sure this thing is level. Looks good. And I've been stirring for about 10 minutes. A little nervous about the color.
Honey?
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
All right. There you go. I gotta be really careful with this because I do not want to get any of this on the sign. Probably smarter if I were to tape it up, but I'm worried about the taping on that. So here goes nothing. All right, now I'm gonna hit it with a heat gun. All right, well, I'm gonna let this rest. Doesn't look too bad. More than likely I'm put another layer on. This layer is fairly thick, so I'm gonna let it sit for a day. I'll check it tomorrow, and possibly put one more thin layer down of black before I put the final clear coat on top. But so far it's looking all right. All right, day like 4, I think it is by now, working on this. Just finished up the black epoxy. Take a look at that. Check this out. Has kind of a cool charcoal look to it, which actually I kind of like. And next thing I'm going to do is the final coat of epoxy. Put a thick, clear layer on top of this. And this is going to just really pop out. It's going to look good. Apologize for the attire. Just got off of work. Go. All right. Ready for this? That's about right. I want to make sure there's no dust on this. Looks pretty good. All right, here we go. heat gun out. Gonna smooth it out. Get that last drop. It's interesting how there's little air bubbles that keep popping up over here. It's like air is seeping through or something. It's interesting. And over here. All right, well, I thought this was going to be easy. I mean, it was pretty easy all the way up till this point. But you see these bubbles, I don't know if you can see these on film. They're just constantly coming up. War with the bubbles. They are not giving up. Okay, so if you're doing a project like this, couple key things, couple tips. When you first pour it down, that epoxy is going to be really liquidy. I mean, or it's not going to be thick, somewhat thick. But if there's air bubbles coming up, just let it sit for a little bit. And then a heat gun, or even I've seen people use little blow torches. You come over it and it will pop all those bubbles as it's still somewhat soft. You don't want to wait too long, but I've been checking this every couple minutes and it is slowly starting to thicken up, harden up, and it's making it easier to get rid of those bubbles, or it's making it more difficult for the bubbles to come up. So it is really coming along, but just a quick tip. If you're doing a project like this, just take your time. All right, this is looking really good. And there's still a couple bubbles, but it is hardening up and it's making it easier to get rid of these bubbles. All right, well, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video was useful to you. Table turned out way better than I expected, and holds my beer just fine. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Feel free to fill that in down below, and we'll see you next time at Low Places. Cheers.